Hello, Patrick Henry Elementary students and families. This is Brian Heber again. And this time I have the Elementary Patriot Pride Report for December. The first thing I'd like to do today is give a big thank you to our PTO. Every year they do a great job with a lot of fundraising events and just special activities for our students and our staff. This year, obviously, with COVID-19 protocols, we're not able to do a lot of those things. But I was really excited when they pitched the idea of still continuing to do Secret Santa this year. The way we do it is really nice and actually would be definitely something that is okay to do during a pandemic. Everything's already pre-wrapped, and there really is, most of the stuff's kind of hands off. You just see what you want, grab that previously wrapped item, put it in your bag, and everything's $2, so it makes it really easy for checkout. So was very, very glad and thankful for our PTO group this year, especially Robin Niederhaus and Sarah Whitman for their help every year with Secret Santa. So we just started it today, and I peeked in there, and all the kids were happy and excited. And when they were walking out of the multi-purpose room, their bags were full of gifts, and they were very anxious and eager to be able to show those gifts to grandparents and parents and siblings. So thanks again, PTO, for going above and beyond and working that in this year. Wanted to talk about a few things as we head into Christmas break. The first one is our remote practice day that our district has announced we'll be doing on December 21st. That's a Monday. I know that a lot of the communication has said that would be a virtual remote day, and it is for the middle school and the high school. For us, we're not a group that sends our Chromebooks home every day. So the concern was, if we send all of the Chromebooks home with the chargers for one day, and then they have them, for the next 2 weeks, there's a good chance that the Chromebooks could get damaged or the chargers might get lost. And right now, as a district, we don't have a lot of either of those in our reserve supply. So the concern was coming back from Christmas break and not having our Chromebooks all returned, which would delay some of the instruction that we'd like to get started right away with, or there might be some damages or chargers are lost. And now, again, that disrupts us from hitting the ground running when we get back from Christmas break. So we had an idea that we just wouldn't send the Chromebooks home. It is a remote learning day. We're not going to call it necessarily a virtual learning day for the elementary, but we are going to do some things that we would consider remote learning. And I'm going to talk about that and show you some examples here in a little bit. What we decided to do was have a Christmas challenge. And in the Christmas challenge, it's something that you could start on the 21st. You could certainly get a big jump on that if your child is going to a babysitter or going to grandma and grandpa's house, or is being left home with an older sibling. These are activities that they would be able to do with those people that they are around and not have any issues whatsoever. So we thought that it'd be good to start our Christmas challenge that they could basically have all Christmas break to work on. But the 21st, since it is an actual school day and a remote learning day, this would be a great opportunity for the students to get a big jump on the activities that we would like them to have completed. And within these Christmas challenge activities, we have math. We have some things that involve math, reading, and then also just some social emotional things that we feel are definitely needed at this time, but also could be fun memory making activities that you could do with your child, or again, a grandparent with their child, or an older sibling, or even a babysitter. So we're really excited for the opportunity that these children will have during this time, and also opportunities for families to engage a little bit more with each other and share some holiday spirit. I'm going to show you an example of a few of these. So they're set up by grade level. So each one will be sent home with your child before Christmas break. Maybe it'll be on Friday, and your teacher will send this home either electronically or a hard copy. And you'll be able to go through this and have this. And again, get maybe a good start for your child on Monday the 21st. And as you can see on this one, this is a kindergarten Christmas challenge. And we want it to be fun, but we also, it is a requirement to do this. So in order for your child to get attendance for Monday, the high school and middle school, basically, the interactions that they will have as they virtually log in and do the activities and meet in with their teachers on those days, they get attendance for that. And for us, the attendance will be taken once the students come back and we see that your child has attempted to complete some of the Christmas challenges. So that's how we're going to do it at the elementary. So we do suggest that on Monday the 21st, your child is working on these. That way they all have are able to have attendance taken for that day, and we don't have to worry about that. Now, how much they do on this is totally up to them, and we're going to try to make it competitive with some house points at stake here. So what we would like to require is up to 10 activities on each Christmas challenge page. So as you can see on this one that I'm showing you here, there are 16 boxes that you could complete, but we're only asking that you complete 10. Now, if you complete 10, then your house would get some house points. And we would say that at that point, each child that completes 10 would get 20 house points for their house, which is a big deal because as we are getting to the halfway point of the school year, we have some houses that are in a tight race for first and second place, and then we have some other houses that need to play catch up. So these points could be huge in turning the tables for our mid-year analysis of our house system. Now, if a child wants to do more than 10, there's an opportunity to do 6 extras on here. They would earn 5 more house points for each box that they complete. So there is an opportunity to earn more points, to go above and beyond and maybe help your house out. So as you can see on this one, we have a few different things. If you look at the top row there, it looks like there's some reading activities. And the thing that I like about this is sometimes it involves other people. So, if you look at up here, it says read with someone special to you. So, number one, we're enforcing the 20 minutes of reading that we encourage daily, but we're also incorporating a family member that can sit down and spend a little time bonding together as your child reads. So we're excited to incorporate both the social development and reading and math and things like that with our challenge. And then as you can see over here for kindergarten, practice counting to 100 by ones and tens. Those are, that's part of a math activity and something that they can do. Practice writing your numbers 0 to 20 in order with Christmas colors. So again, working on some of those math skills. If we look at, let me jump over to, let's say, 3rd grade. So same thing, we ask that you do 10 of these. And when you're done, when your family is done doing one of these, we obviously ask that, you have the honor code as you're doing this. So, please don't just initial off on these boxes that your child has done this just so they can, have attendance taken for that day. Truly, monitor and make sure that they are doing this and take part if you can. There might be some things that you'd be able to sit down and do with your child that would be fun. For example, up here it says read a Christmas story in your pajamas. Well, what a great way for mom and dad right before bed for 20 minutes, they all get together, or in different locations, but they do this together where they read a Christmas story in their pajamas. Um, and then once that's completed, we would ask that the parent, not the child, but the parent, please either sign in the box or initial it. That way we know that you have observed them doing this or can confirm that they've done it, and they get credit for doing that. So for every item that they do on here, we ask that the parent please sign in that box or initial it. That way we know that it is complete. So again, now here's another one. Maybe a nice family memory would be making cookies with grandma or mom or dad, or an older sibling. And in the recipe, maybe we ask that they double it. So maybe you want to make a larger batch of cookies. And so, and this would be an excellent example for third grade to maybe work on doubling fractions, or adding, doubling up on whole numbers, whatever it may be. But what a great way to learn how to do that while also having some fun and making some memories over Christmas break. So this was kind of the intent of our Christmas challenge, was to number one, continue to reinforce some of our core subjects like math and reading, and encourage them to do those things, but then also do it within the realm of the holiday spirit and making memories with your family. So this is what is going to take place. It doesn't all have to be done on the 21st. We don't expect that. We really honestly want you to kind of space this out and not be so burdensome. But we would knowing that the kids are home and are going to be working, why not get some of these done that are independent, that the child can possibly do on their own, or again, if they're being dropped off at grandma and grandpa's, or if mom or dad are home with them that day, some of these you could do together and start getting a head start on this and making memories that way. So it is something that we encourage them to start on Monday, but really doesn't need to be turned back to us until we get back to school in that first week in January. The other day next week that the students will not be here is December 22nd, and that's a Tuesday. Now, December 21st, like I mentioned earlier, that is a remote learning day, so kids will not be on campus that day. They'll be home doing, starting their activities and working on that. The next day, Tuesday the 22nd, is actually a teacher in service. So that's not a remote learning day. Basically, December 21st, for all intents and purposes, starts their Christmas break. So I know we're not going to get any argument from the students on that. And they've definitely earned it. They've worked hard during this time and have been very flexible and have persevered through some difficult situations. And I did, and people ask, how are the elementary students handling learning through a pandemic and wearing masks and being alphabetized, not being able to sit near who you want to sit near, trying to reduce the contact tracing as much as we can. And they've been great. They have continued to show up every day and ready to learn and have had good attitudes and have been positive. And so, I think, number one, that's a true testament to the parents on the way you guys are bringing up really, really strong-willed and students that are just have great positive attitudes and positive mindsets. But that also is a testament to our teachers and how they are still making school fun and exciting and engaging the students. And so it's really been a true team effort this year with both parents and teachers. And our students are continuing to thrive through what in most cases would be considered just a very difficult year. So hopefully the students and families are able to take these 2 weeks over Christmas break and sort of recharge those batteries and and then we'll be excited to see them back in January and hit the ground running again and finish the year out strong. I'd like to share some of our students of the month that have been nominated by their teachers for determination. And here we have Peyton Galen, Macy Rosebrook, Ada Sunderman, Trinity Williams, Jaden Brockseeker, Gunnar Seaman, Brandon Keith, Braylon Blizzard, Colin Rosebrook, Cadence Rader, Brantley Peterson, Audrey Schwab, Peyton Johnson, Michaela Walters, Martin Rudder, Mariano Leja, Paisley Boyer, Addie Gibson, and Jacob Smith. So congratulations on those students for being Student of the Month and working hard and being determined to do the best that they can each and every day. Wanted to just follow up again with a few reminders. I think, as you recall, these will probably be familiar to my last newsletter and wanted to, kind of stay ahead of this. But now we're definitely in the thick of winter, and we even have snow falling as I speak. So please make sure, parents, that coats, hats, and gloves are a must. And please make sure that your children have these on before they step out of the house. I know some of you get up real early and might leave before the children get on the bus, but have them laid out, have that stuff ready to go the night before. It gets very difficult for us and becomes an issue if we will go outside. If it's 20 degrees or higher, we will go outside. And we're in a rural area where it's real windy. So, we don't want that to be a reason why your child has to stay in while all their friends get to go out, is because they don't have a hat and they don't have gloves. So please make sure that they have these with them. In the past, we would have some extras that we could loan out, but obviously with COVID reasons, we are not doing that. But if you do not have gloves or hats for your children, or a coat for that matter, please contact the elementary office. Or you can call my line directly at 419-274-3015, and my extension's 4926. Let me know. Obviously, this would stay confidential between us. But if you're in desperate need for a coat or gloves or hats, let me know, because we have various generous people in the community that would be willing to help anonymously. We also have a little bit of a stockpile here at the school that we would be able to get out there. But honestly, we have enough contacts here at the elementary that we could get those things for you if you're in need of it. So I understand that from time to time, these get forgotten and left and lost. And if you're able to get those replaced, please make sure that they are, with your child here at school. But if you don't have the means, let me know, and we can get those things for your child. Also, just want to make a reminder about masks. Please make sure these are being washed regularly. We do have extras if they are lost, but again, this is something that you want to make sure that you have laid out the night before. Maybe just double check to make sure they're washed the night before. I know how it can be getting up in the morning and your child needs their mask washed, and now it's too late. You're rushing around getting things ready. So, with the coats and the hats and the gloves, throw the masks in there as well, as being something that, make sure you have laid out and ready to go for school in the morning. And then last thing, again, as we start to get some winter weather, I want to just make sure that you guys have my remind flyer out there again. This is how I communicate if we're going to have a delay or a cancellation, and you will see this much sooner than if you would be listening to the radio or watching the TV. So if you want to possibly get this alert, you can go ahead and text the number 81010. And then in the text message, you want to make sure you put the at sign. Okay, that has to be in there. And it's at PHK through 4. And just type it in exactly how that looks. And then once you do that and hit send, it will say that you're now part of Mr. Heber's elementary parent messages. So again, this is something that I recommend all parents, even grandparents, if you want, if they're watching their children in the mornings, make sure that they have this so that they know if there's a delay or if school's canceled or anything like that. So that's all the information I have for December. I wish all of you a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And please, above all else, stay healthy.